guys, it's MOESODA here, and welcome back to my channel. Summer anime. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So summer anime. You might be wondering why I'm in a hoodie if we're talking about summer anime. But I got pumpkin spice latte, so we channeling some fall energy today. This is the only basic beach thing that I enjoy. So, you know, I gotta enjoy, I gotta channel my fall energy. So this video is coming out a little bit late because I had a lot of things that I need to get in to the month of August/September. I had a lot of things to fit in. So there's probably 7 or 8 episodes out by now. I usually like to do this like halfway through the season, but we're going to be talking about the best, the worst, and the hidden gems of summer anime. It's been a while since I've made a seasonal anime video, but I've been on my grind, okay? I've been checking it out. All the things that I said I was going to check out, throw it out the window. Just throw it out because I don't know what happened from the beginning of this season to the end, but there wasn't that much good anime. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the anime that I am gonna talk about today, like, I'm super excited about. So you're just gonna interrupt and then not finish your sentence. Someone's a little moody today. Where was I? After I was so rudely interrupted, EB. Don't yawn at me. Let's get into it. Where was my thought? I have no idea. Oh, the anime that I'm going to talk about in this video is very exciting. I'm super excited for it. However, there's not much else. None of it was like so extremely good, like winter season or spring season. So it's kind of like, you know, all the hype has gone down. All of the anime hype, we're in the lull season, you know. Not too many things are coming out, but the ones I'm going to talk about, I'm super fucking excited for. Let's get into the best anime of the season. I'm not going to talk too much about Kobayashi's Dragon Maid because that would obviously be my #1, but I kind of want to highlight some other anime that are coming out that are really cool that you should check out. Obviously, fucking what are you doing if you're not watching Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? I don't know, and I don't want to talk to you, so you can leave, you know, just like get out. The first anime that everyone should be watching if you are not watching the show, I don't even want to know you. Just kidding. But I want to talk about Itaden deities in the peaceful season. I don't know why my brain just like flips them. I've said it wrong this entire time. Every time I talk about it, I say it wrong. But okay, so let's talk about Itaden deities in the peaceful season. It is being animated by Studio Mappa. We all know the GOAT, the legend. The original character designer is Cool Kyo Shinja from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid and Peach Boy Riverside, which is also airing this season. You know, I didn't put that on my list. I was hoping that she would say something funny and then we could have some banter, but I guess not. It is action, adventure, demons, and seinen, which is really cool. You don't see too many seinen animes, which I'm very thankful for. You know, I'm getting a little tired of the school life animes. I'm getting a little tired of the isekais, but so thank you for this nice breath of fresh air. The character designs are freaking cool. One of my favorite characters of the season, Miku. She's the girl with a really long tongue. She's a little demon, sexy demon girl. Okay, anyway, I'm just going off. Okay, so Itaden Deities is about a incident that happened 800 years ago where demons have arisen and started attacking humans, and because the humans had such a desire to have help, for someone to help them, they prayed for gods, and gods appeared. So they manifested gods to fight the demons. And there are different scales of demons. There's like demons that are just really just flat out dumb, no mental power whatsoever. They just literally are programmed to get up and fight, and that's it. And then there's demons that can take the form of humans that are a little bit more intelligent and things like that. So there's different scales of demons. There's different scales of gods, which are the Eden, which is mainly what this story is about. It's about Rin, whose grandfather was alive during this incident 800 years ago, and him and I think like 5 of his other Eden like partners, they sealed away most of the demons, and there's a seal on top of this cliff that Rin protects, and Rin has been there for the past 800 years to make sure that none of the demons come out, because it was super scary and traumatic for her because she wasn't strong enough to fight the demons herself. So the fact that her grandfather sealed them away and is protecting them from the other side, she wants to make sure that the demons don't come out. And she has been training this entire time. She has also been training new Eden that pop up because they are gods that are manifested from human desires. They kind of just like appear out of orbs, but when an Eden appears, they are like mentored by the older Eden, and they usually train to get stronger. But basically the demons have unlocked, the demons that are more humanistic have joined into one and like military faction situation with Obami, this like robot old man who looks a lot like I know, he does. Obami finds a demon sealed away in ice and is trying to melt it to bring it back to life. And basically he is just trying to find all of the demons that have been left behind, that have been like frozen or like left in the ground or whatever. And he's trying to unlock them so that they can manipulate them to take over the humans and take over the world, basically. It's like really freaking cool. I know. The fight scenes are really cool. There's tons of blood everywhere. And because they're gods, they'll get punched. They'll literally get punched all the way through. There's a huge gaping hole in their bodies and blood just dripping out everywhere, but they're like perfectly fine. They're like, "Oh, we're just gods. We don't feel pain like normal people. Just because you rip my heart out doesn't mean I'm gonna die." kind of things. It's really fucking weird, but I'm loving it. I hope that, it's only 11 episodes, so I don't know what they're gonna do with 11 episodes of this show, but it's really cool. I'm so enjoying it, especially just on the visuals alone. Like, the characters and the character designs and how they interact with each other is really funny and really cool. I think if there's any anime that you're not watching this season, it should be this one, because it's just like so different. Like, it plays up to shonen tropes, but it does it in a way that's like cool and different, and it kind of like makes fun of them while also like turning it on its head and making it cool. You know what I mean? What's the word? Check that one out. You can watch that one on Verve or Crunchyroll through Verve. Ready for the next one? Okay, and the next anime that is one of the best of the season so far, we'll know, I guess I'll find out in the next couple weeks, but I'm really enjoying Remake Our Life, which is kind of the similar like premise as Re Life, if you guys have seen that one. So in Real Life, basically the main character takes a pill to go back in time and redo high school. Where in that one he takes a pill, in this one he just wills it to happen. He's just like, I really want to go back in time. So let me go sleepies, and then let me wake up in 10 years back in time. I know, kind of dumb, but you know what? I'm here for it. The main character, Kyoya, has grown up, went to college, and is working in the field that he thinks he should be working in. He's worked on a bunch of like games. He's worked in like anime, and basically like everything that he does his best at or tries to do his best at, either like the company goes under or the product doesn't sell as well as they thought it would, or he just basically is failing, and he thinks that if he could have redone the last 10 years of his life, like if he could have gone back to college and instead of going to business school, if he could have gone to art school, he feels like he would have made a bigger impact on his life. So he's basically has to move back home because he can't afford his apartment in Tokyo because he doesn't have a job anymore. And he wakes up 10 years back into the future of 2006, the ripe old year of 2006. Yeah. And I personally relate to this story so much because 2006 is when I went to art school. So pretty big personal interest in this one, a little, you know, whatever. Okay, so he is back in time to the point where he could make the decision to go to business school or art school. It's the day that he received his letters and is able to choose which school to go to. And obviously he chooses to go to art school this time and live out his college days with the knowledge of the future. And he realizes that he's going to school with everyone that he had looked up to that was in the industry, the anime, manga, whatever, in the weeb industry. And their group name is called the Platinum Generation is what their group name is called. It's basically like a really prolific singer, a very talented illustrator, a really talented game developer or something like that. Anyway, so he's going to school with all of these like highly creative minds, and as he's going about his like first couple days, he realizes like who these people are and that he's seeing them before they got famous. And now he has a chance to kind of like help them along to their career and help them realize how great they are, which basically I didn't think the show was going to take that kind of a turn. Like I didn't think he would be helping the people that he looked up to. I figured maybe he would be like kind of like trying to like not step on the butterfly effect situation because he is back in time. So I'm like thinking that he's like going to be really careful with how he talks to these people because he knows the things that they don't know because they're back in time. But so far they've just been kind of like helping each other, realizing their dreams and their goals and like kind of like shaping who they are for the future. And it's really freaking cute. I know that it is another school anime, and I just literally said how I'm tired of school anime, but they are in college, so it's different. It's different, okay? But what's really cool is the things that they are doing in art school are things that you do in art school. They aren't really showing too much of like the fine art illustration kind of like part of the school. They've only really done like movies, and they're developing a visual novel right now to help their friend because their friend was getting overworked trying to pay his tuition. But it's really cute. I just have like a super personal interest in it, and I think it's really cool. I am excited to see if they're gonna do like general fine art stuff, or if they're only gonna keep to like the digital kind of like video side of art school. Like I would really love to see like a painter paint some stuff or something like that. But yeah, it's very cool. The personal relationships that people are like, that the characters have in this show is not doing anything different, but what they do have is like doing something really cool for the show and for the premise. So I definitely think it's one that you should check out for sure. For surezies. Don't mind my personal interest in it. I mean, like literally finally we have anime about art school, like hell yeah. And if you want to check out Remake Our Life, you can check it out on Crunchyroll or Crunchyroll through Verve. Normally I have 2 anime for each category, but this time around I only have 1 for the worst because I don't really want to say which anime are like the actual worst, because none of them, at least none of the ones that I checked out, were doing anything like so bad that it like made me upset, or they weren't like doing something so great that it made me keep watching. They were kind of just like there. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. They weren't doing anything different enough to keep my interest, but it wasn't like they were like super terrible. So the only one that I'm going to be talking about is, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this one, but Kanojo Mo Kanojo. Girlfriend to girlfriend. So I realized the tags on this were comedy and harem and ecchi probably. Wait, yeah, harem, comedy, romance, school, shonen. Okay. However, the characters do nothing but yell. There's no like levels to their voices. They're either like speaking normally or they're like fucking yelling and screaming. And I really wanted to like this one. I thought maybe they would take this a little bit more seriously than they did. Like, I get that it's a comedy. I get that. I do. I really do. However, the writing just is not there for me, especially the character interactions. Like the things that happen, like the plots, I'm okay with. Like there's a scene where one of the girls, okay, so I should probably synopsisize this one for you guys. So basically this boy, I don't even remember his name, Naoya. Okay, so basically this boy Naoya is dating his childhood crush Saki. Don't know why she has two of the same name. Probably, that was probably my first red flag. So he's dating her, and then he suddenly gets a confession from another girl, Nagisa. And Nagisa has been literally skipping school and not taking care of herself to do things for this boy to make her like him. Number one, for second red flag right there. Girls, you do not have to do anything for people to like you. You need to just exist, okay? I don't get this whole, I need to do the most possible for a guy for him to like me. Didn't like that part. And then, so she confesses, and he's like, well, I'm already dating someone, so sorry. And she's like, well, I don't really mind that. And he's like, oh, really? Like, but I have a girlfriend. Let me ask my girlfriend. And the girlfriend's like, what the fuck, dude? Why? You literally just said how ecstatic you were to hang out with me, that we're together, and then you go and get a girl to confess to you, and now you want to date both of them. And then Nagisa is so like okay with it that Saki feels like she would be a bad person for not thinking this way. And she also thinks she's really cute, so it's like kind of like, well, if I don't really find anything wrong with her, why not? Let's try it. But all of the things that they keep suggesting for them to do as a throuple is are things that Saki just like isn't naturally comfortable with, but she goes along with it anyway because she does, I don't know, for whatever reason, wants to keep dating Naoya. So first thing, the last couple straws, literally everyone is yelling. They are so over the top with their body language and like the facial humor that like I just cannot get behind it. I'm not a fan of like over the top body humor. That's just like that's just me personally. I'm more of like the sarcastic person, or like, you know, making a joke and you don't realize it's a joke until 10 minutes later and you're like, oh my god, that's so fucking funny. And one of the last straws is that these girls are like 3D modeled, and then in certain scenes they use the 3D model instead of the 2D drawn versions, and it really does something weird. Like it's like so apparent that that is what is happening that I couldn't even like get past it, which is funny because there's another anime that I'm going to talk about in my hidden gem section that is fully 3D, but these 3D models just like do not look like the characters. So you'll have a situation happen and then something like one of the girls will like make a crazy face that is 3D modeled and it doesn't even look like the character anymore. And like you can tell it's the character obviously because of the hair and the outfit, but it just like looks really bad to me personally. I don't like it. So I don't know. They could have been a little bit more serious and taken it a little bit more seriously, and I think I would have liked it more, because I was really intrigued by the synopsis. You know, I thought, you know, they were gonna kind of like delve into like what it means to be in a throuple and go through tribulations like that. They did not do that. Sorry to all the girlfriend fans, but I'm just like super not into it. I feel like this is the anime. This is an anime that if you told somebody you liked anime, this is what they think anime is. Over the top yelling, dramatical situations, and like random nudity. You know what I mean? Like, they don't do it very well in this show is what I'm saying. Like, and if you want to check out Girlfriend, which I don't know why you would, but you could check it out on Crunchyroll or Crunchyroll through Verve. Hidden gems. Let's talk about some hidden gems because I feel like this season is riddled with hidden gems. Like, I feel like there are more hidden gems than there are anime that people are actively watching every week. So I'm only going to talk about two. Obviously, you know, everybody should go and watch Jahi-san because, like, I love that one. But there's only 4 episodes out as of the recording of this video, so I don't really know if I could, like, recommend it that hard. But I'm enjoying Jahi, so if I'm enjoying it. The first hidden gem of the season I want to talk about is Sunny Boy. It is animated by Studio Madhouse. Sci-fi mystery superpower. So the premise of Sunny Boy is a little all over the place. If you were thinking you were going into this anime with a linear storyline, you are mistaken. Sunny Boy is the story of a bunch of high schoolers a bunch of middle schoolers that have gotten suddenly transported to another world, another plane of existence that is similar to their world, but it has quite a bit different rules. And in each of the worlds that they enter, because they do a lot of world hopping, I guess is how I want to say it. Each world has different rules to it. So basically they got transported inside of their school, and the school, once in the first couple episodes, once you get outside of the school, there is a black void. There's nothing. You can't even see anything out of the windows. I know, it's super, I know. You gotta wait. The new episode just came out. And one of the boys draws in marker around his arm and puts his arm into the void past the black, and when he brings it out, the black has disappeared from his arm, which is like fucking cool as shit. I don't know why, I just love that. But so they are trying to figure out how they got there and how they can get home. And a lot of the kids, not everyone, but a lot of the kids have been blessed with some superpowers that also have their own set of rules. The main character, Nagara, he can basically travel between all of the worlds, and they explain this as their home is where they're trying to go, this world is where they have ended up, and Nagara can travel between multiple this worlds, and each of this worlds, they call it, has different rules to it. I know, like, they jump in the freaking water and the water might be black, but then they'll like bounce off and like sparklies happen, and then they can like actually swim in the water. It's weird. It's very surreal. It's very ping pong, the animation style, character designs, very Yuasa vibes up in here. And so it's basically a survival anime where the students are transported to a different world and they're trying to get back to their own world while surviving in the worlds that they encounter here. And you know it's gonna be a good anime if there's a baseball episode. So the 4 episodes in, we get a baseball episode. So there's a bunch of different rules. All of the kids' superpowers do different things. It is very surreal. I can't stress that enough. And it's one of those anime that you definitely want to pay attention to when you're watching it. There's a lot of different like philosophies for specific things in the world, and it's like, it's so hard to explain unless it's like more of an experience, if you will. So the characters are trying to come to terms with either the fact that they are going to have to stay in this world forever, or if they're going to be able to return home. They are struggling to work together for this common goal of returning home. It's a lot, you know, there's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of you don't have a power, you do have a power, your power you can use for this, but you aren't using it to help the greater good or the group or anything, and we hate you, we don't like you, go whatever. There's a lot of blaming. Okay. This one is visually stunning, and all of the backgrounds, any kind of like set design that these worlds have, like mountains and islands and sea and stuff like that, all of that looks, I don't know if it's digitally painted or if it's hand painted, but it has a very like old school, like hand-drawn style to it. It really feels like the backgrounds were hand painted and the characters are being animated on top of that. The characters are most likely animated digitally, but the backgrounds are just so hand done looking that it really gives you this sense of depth and atmosphere. That I haven't seen in a lot of recent anime. You know, when things are totally 3D, it gives you a specific it gives you a specific visual style, and when things are hand done, like from the 90s, it gives a different sense of a visual style, where I feel like Sunny Boy is kind of like mixing the two to create these like fantastical worlds that these kids are exploring. I don't know where exactly this ride is going, but I am buckled up and all of my hands are inside the vehicle and I'm ready to figure it out. I think people might not check this one out just because of the visuals on this. The visuals look a little bit different than you're used to, but yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be an anime that people will reference when they are trying to be elitist about the anime that they watch. But it's definitely one that I think you should experience for sure. If you want to watch Sunny Boy, it is unfortunately on Funimation, but it is the only one that I have been watching on Funimation, so, you know, we can wait for the free version with ads or whatever, but I definitely think you should check it out for sure. And the next hidden gem of the season is Nighthead 2041. And if you do not know me, apparently I love all of the anime that are called 2040 whatever. I don't know, I just like the future, okay? I like the people, like, I like that people try to predict what's gonna happen 20 years from now, even though we're definitely nowhere near this technology. Oh, okay. So, Nighthead 2041 is a fully 3D anime, and if you've been on my channel for a while, you probably know I really love fully 3D anime. Do I think that all of them are animated amazingly? No. But I really love to see what people can do and how they execute on 3D, because it's so foreign to me that, and I like can't fathom like how to make things move like the way that they make things move in 3D, that I'm just like excited to see where people can take this newest style of animation. Now, and you probably have heard me talk about revisions a lot, and for my podcast we talked about Ghost in the Shell SAC 2045, which was fully 3D animated. This and Nighthead 2041 pales in comparison to those two. I feel like 3D has gotten so far in the past like 2-3 years that like pretty soon we're not going to be able to tell the difference between 3D and 2D. Maybe, I don't know, digital, and I don't know. It's getting really fucking good, okay? It's getting really good. Like movements are getting like more flowy and more like natural instead of like But anyway, maybe people are just getting really good at 3D modeling, you know? I don't know. Okay, but Nighthead 2041 is about a totalitarian government that is ruling over the world, trying to rule over the world at least. So basically Japan has become totalitarian. There is like a government faction called the SWE, Special Weapons Enforcement. And this Special Weapons Enforcement is the faction of the government that basically hunts down people who believe in the supernatural, in anything fictional, in basically anything that is fantasy. If you have manga and books that depict wizards or psychic powers or anything that is not real and based in science, you basically get you get taken to jail, and they get actually they take you to jail and they put you in a cell that has a glass wall where people can look at you 24/7 and just berate you on the crime that you committed, which one of them is a little girl who literally draws a picture of a wizard and gets put in jail. Like, this is crazy. So any materials like that are banned. You can't even like speak about things like that. So the SWE goes around and tries to eradicate people thinking or believing in anything that is not of the world, you know, like religion, and yet it's crazy. I would not want to live in this world, okay? I wouldn't be able to have anything back here. There are these two brothers, the Kiriha brothers, that have had psychic powers since they were little, and the government has taken them away and kind of like locked them away to develop their psychic powers. And yes, how can I help you today? Hey. Really? The Kiriha brothers got taken away from their parents when they were really young because they had psychic powers. That's the thing. This psychic power thing is actually real. And the SWE has people that can use psychic powers. And the SWE actually hones in on these people's psychic powers. They put them through tests that unlock their psychic ability, which is crazy, okay? They're using the things that they're saying don't exist on people to apprehend them for thinking in something that doesn't exist that actually exists. It's crazy. So basically the government is hiding a bunch of info from the general public. Somehow World War III happened and 2/3 of the human population just disappeared. Literally nobody has any recollection of the memories of World War III. They just keep getting told that that is what has happened. So you know, this government faction is definitely trying to cover something up, and the Kiriha brothers are I don't want to say that they are specifically trying to uncover it, because there is a different group called the Free Speech Alliance that is trying to uncover what the government is trying to cover up. But the Kiriha brothers are kind of just like in it for themselves and for like the greater good of like people that they meet along the way. Not really for any one side of this like debate or this war. So it's really interesting to see like what's going, like how everyone's psychic energies like interact with each other, and how the Kiriha brothers always kind of stand on the side of good. And it's, I guess, kind of like good versus evil, if you know what I mean. But I'm extremely enjoying it. I think the visuals alone are stunning, and it keeps me in, and that's what's keeping me interested the most. The fight scenes are crazy. There's lots of like 3D things that happen. Lots of crazy instances where like glasses shatter, like entire buildings shatter. These people like wreck the ground. They'll like crunch cars together and throw them at people. Like, the fight scenes are crazy, okay? And the settings that they're in are very cyberpunk, very sci-fi. Everything is like lit up with, you know, neon lights and stuff. The city scenes are fucking gorgeous. Like, that is one thing that I will commend 3D on, is like being able to like completely replicate like downtown Tokyo to a T and kind of make it seem even more beautiful with how they light it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this one's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Don't know what's going on. I know it's one of those anime where all of the pieces of this puzzle will fit together very perfectly probably at the end. I'm very much about the experience. The hidden gem section is the experience anime. You just sit back and watch it and don't think too hard, and then kind of like remember what's going on in each part of the story. It does do the classic like rom-com, like it does the classic like teen rom-com where you get like a bunch of people's accounts of what is going on in different parts. So you might relive the same like incident a couple times in the episode to see it from someone else's point of view, because someone else's point of view has a different psychic ability or a different psychic reading that they get from the situation that you don't get from the other people that you've seen it from already. Did I explain that well? Hopefully. Yeah, it's really cool. And I definitely think it's one that you should check out if you have some time. I won't say it's one that you should for sure fucking watch E to 10. Come on now. But if you have some extra time, definitely check out the first couple episodes and see if you like it. I do know that, like, I know 3D can be really jarring, but I feel like this series does it pretty well. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. And if you want to check out Nighthead, it is on Crunchyroll or Crunchyroll through Verve. We like watching it on Crunchyroll, huh? Like I said, I'm not super enjoying Girlfriend, but if you are, good for you, man. Good for you. I'm glad somebody's enjoying that one. And definitely check out Sunny Boy and Nighthead if you want the more surrealistic, big brain anime vibes. But I think that's it for this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you, and we'll catch you in our next one. Bye!